my channel. Today I'm going to do a brief review on my empty perfume bottles from September 2021. These are bottles that I've had for some time that I just happened to have finished up this month, and I'm just going to review them briefly. I'm not going to go over notes, just give you my impressions and my whether or not I would recommend or repurchase. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I'm just going to get started. The first one that I have is Britney Spears Curious. This is a beautiful, fruity, floral, fresh fragrance. This, I understand, was her first fragrance that she released. So it's not as sweet and cakey as the Fantasy line. However, this is just a real generic fruity floral sweet with a lot of freshness added in. I didn't like it enough to really wear it because I thought it was kind of generic and plain. It sits close to the skin, it's not very strong, and it doesn't perform really all that well. I would say of her fragrance line, maybe 75% perform well, the other 25% do not. And this falls in the category of not performing well. Maybe 2 hours, probably not even that. I used it primarily as a room and bedding spray, and for that it served its purpose well. It was pretty, not memorable, don't plan to repurchase. Next up is, this is called Beauty by Elizabeth Arden, and you can see on the top here it says Arden Beauty. I had picked up this bottle in a thrift store and it did not have a cap. This is a 1.7 ounce bottle. I used this up pretty quickly. It's very pretty. This is similar, the most similar thing I can come up with is the fragrance Bobbi Brown Beach. If you're familiar with that perfume, it's just a pure sunscreen, ozonic sunscreen type summery fragrance. This is similar to that, but it has a little more depth and character in that it's also got fruity notes, floral notes. It's maybe even slightly boozy, but it's definitely primarily a sunscreen beach type fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. Performed maybe 4 hours. It projected well. I do plan to repurchase. The thing about Elizabeth Arden fragrances is they tend to be really mass appealing and pretty, and they perform quite well, and they're not super expensive. So in that, I can highly recommend this fragrance. Really, really pretty, and I plan to get a backup bottle soon. Next, I have this is a Middle Eastern fragrance. This is called Soft. If you can see the label there, Soft by Rehab. This is a beautiful fragrance. When I first looked at the reviews online, it was compared a lot to Britney Spears Fantasy. It was also compared to Pink Sugar. However, they're different. It is definitely in the genre of those two fragrances, but this is different. If you can imagine what a sugar cookie smells like, just a straight up sugar cookie, that is Soft. And what is especially nice about this fragrance is that it's strong. 3-4 sprays and you will notice its presence on your skin for hours. It's strong, it projects. I wore this to my sister's house once and she's like, "Did you bring cookies with you?" I mean, it really, really smells beautiful, sweet, comforting, gourmand sugar cookie. And I already have ordered a backup bottle, and this is just I think it's a 50 ml, and this, no, I'm sorry, it's 35 mils, and you can get this easily under $20. In fact, I just ordered 2 bottles, and I think 2 bottles were about $17, and they're being shipped to me now. So I highly recommend this. If you like gourmands, you want to smell like a sugar cookie. I mean, who doesn't want to smell like a sugar cookie? But it's really a sweet vanilla fragrance. I highly recommend. Next up, I have another summer beauty. This is by Lanvin. You can see the name of it here. This is called Oxygene. Now, what I did not like about this fragrance is the sprayer. It's like you push this down and the spray comes out of the cap here, and it's awkward. And because of how wide the bottle is, it's just really, really awkward to spray. I don't know how, when they design these bottles, it's like they're not really spraying them to find out mechanically if it works well, which I think is really strange. I'm sure that they research the fragrance, but then they come up with these bottles that are so awkward to use that it almost makes you not want to reach for it very much, right? This fragrance is a blue aquatic, very unisex. The thing about this aquatic fragrance is that it's very lactonic, milky, creamy. I'm sure it's got white musk and florals blended in, but it really is a pure, milky aquatic. It's very unique. I've never experienced anything quite like it. It's very pleasant. It's very pretty. However, it sits really close to the skin, and it probably lasts 3 hours max. At 4, you have to search for it. So it doesn't really wow me. It's not something that I enjoyed enough to repurchase, but it was very budget friendly. So if you're looking for a summery, budget friendly aquatic, I recommend this, but just don't expect huge performance out of it. I used it primarily as a room spray. And it was very pretty, but I do not plan to repurchase. Next, and this is the last one I have today. This is a very well-known fragrance. This is Miami Glo by Jennifer Lopez. This, of course, is summer in a bottle. This is my second or third bottle that I've gone through. Not this summer, but in past summers. I usually go through one every summer. So this is basically a boozy, tropical drink in a bottle. It's just beautiful, summery. When I think of summer, I think of this fragrance. It's a very easy reach. It's very inexpensive. It actually performs. It projects. It's gorgeous. It's just one of those perfect fragrances that I've never really heard anyone say that they dislike, and I already have 2 backup bottles. The one thing that I notice about it that I haven't heard other reviewers talk about is there's almost a bit of a minty quality I've noticed in the dry down. But I really enjoy it. That's not a detraction from it. This is beautiful. Beautiful, summery, tropical, fruity, boozy kind of a fragrance. And it leaves a beautiful scent trail as you walk around. And I've gotten a lot of compliments. I would say if you were to take all of the budget-friendly fragrances on earth and you were going to compile what are the best summer fragrances, this would probably be in the top 10 of nearly everyone's list. That's how well regarded this fragrance is. So I highly recommend it. Like I said, I already have 2 backup bottles, and I hope that it is never discontinued, although that's always a hope in vain, right? So that is my video. That's all I have for Empties. I'm going to be filming a haul soon, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.